Welcome to Leadership Moments.
In every great leader's life, there are pivotal moments that shape their character, test their resilience, and awaken their vision.
Together, we'll uncover the invaluable lessons hidden within these transformative moments.
You know, Stacey, with our recent episode about company restructuring, it got me thinking how important someone's personal brand is as you look at new roles and even new opportunities within the same role. Your personal brand is what sets you apart and allows you to navigate with confidence. When you invest the time and effort into creating a solid personal brand, it pays off with new opportunities in your career.
Yeah, that is so true. Personal branding enables individuals to control their narrative, ensuring that they are seen in the light they choose rather than being defined by others. This control extends to career opportunities, with a strong personal brand acting as a beacon for attracting like-minded professionals, mentors, and career opportunities. The process of building a personal brand is not instantaneous. It demands consistent effort, self-reflection, and stepping outside of your comfort zone. However, the more you engage in these practices, the more comfortable you will become, leading to a robust and influential personal brand.
Yeah, and you know, research also underscores the tangible benefits of personal branding on career metrics. There was a study published in Frontiers in Psychology, and it revealed significant correlations between personal branding and career-related constructs like perceived employability, career achievement aspiration, career self-efficacy. Specifically, personal branding was positively associated with perceived employability and career achievement aspiration, indicating its vital role in changing an individual's career trajectory and success. The study actually further elaborated on the complex relationship between personal branding and career influences, and it also highlighted how personal branding serves as a mediator between one's career aspirations and their perceived employability. So for me, this substantiates the argument that personal branding is not about self-promotion. It is about strategic career development. And when leveraged appropriately, it can actually have significant enhancement on individuals' career satisfaction and success, that happy feeling. I've got the right career, I'm successful, I'm happy in my job. That's what personal branding, I think, does from the study perspective.
Yeah, those are great points, Tracy Ann. And for those that may not know, why don't we explain what a personal brand is? Your personal brand is who you truly are. It's an authentic expression of your values, beliefs, and strengths. It's the image you project to the world through your actions and interactions. It's about having a solid presence and reputation that reflects your core values.
You know, you are spot on, Stacey. And when you break that down, I feel like it encapsulates what I call the 6 key areas. Your image, how you look and present yourself to the world. Your beliefs, meaning your value system, your principles, your standards, your ethics, your presence, how you show up in the world. Your reputation, what are others saying about you when you're not around? That's the truth, is what they say about you when you're not there. And your value, the unique contribution that you are making to the world, and your strengths. What are the talents and the abilities that come naturally to you? Everyone has a personal brand. The key is knowing what it is and living in that moment.
Agreed. And I would also add, it's also knowing what you want it to be so you can start changing it if it doesn't match what people see you as today. You can change your personal brand, but it will take time. Think of it like breaking a habit. Others see you as one thing and they can't see you as something else until you consistently show up in that different intentional way over and over again. We actually have a personal branding toolkit that is available as a free download on the website at northexecutiveadvisors.com as well.
And, I'll just say, Stacey and I do a lot in this work. We do a lot of it in the We Build Character program, because that's the first thing we do is let's figure out where you are in your personal brand. And I think if we break that down into what are the steps that are in that toolkit. So let's get into it. The first step is understand your story. Take some time, write it down. What is your current brand? Ask yourself, how would others describe you? Be thorough, be thoughtful. Consider things like, what's your work ethic, your personality, your strengths, your unique qualities, and be honest about who you truly are, as others see you as, and not necessarily how you see yourself. You may want to be that way, for example, but maybe you are not, okay? And when you do this, it should not be just one sentence either. You make it like a paragraph. You'll narrow it down later, but you want to provide as much detail as possible for this first step.
Yeah, seeing my clients use this toolkit is always so exciting. The insights they gain from this next step, which I'll discuss in a minute, have been vital in creating the brand that they want and not necessarily the brand that others have created for them. And we all know that perception is reality, right? So after you write down what you believe to be your brand, now you want to identify at least 5 people in all areas of your life. For example, coworkers, family, friends, or colleagues that you're in similar associations with, such as a church group, sports league, or other membership associations or clubs. Consider all of them. Now, this should be a mix of people if possible. However, I would recommend choosing the majority of your list to people to be the ones whom you are in a working relationship with more than the ones whom you are in a personal relationship with. Then schedule a time to meet with them in person is always best. Over video second, over the phone third. But please do not do this over email or text. We all know that communication often gets lost when it is just words alone because we lose the tone. So choose people who will be honest with you and specifically ask them to be brutally honest with you when you meet with them. So Tracy Ann, do you want to go over the questions our listeners should ask when they meet up with this list of people?
Yeah, I'd love to. Before I give you this list of questions, remember, these are just guidelines. The main goal is to capture the complete picture of what your current brand truly is. So feel free to ask additional questions to clarify your understanding, but don't defend or try and explain why you do and what you do today. You're there to listen. You're there to understand what the perception is of you. And remember what your current brand is today, whether you think it is or not, whether you like it or not. It's about those individuals' perspectives of you. So here are the questions we recommend you ask. So the first set of questions are around your current brand. What are you known for today? So what's the first thing you think of when you think of me? What would you consider as my strengths? How would you describe me if I was not in a room? Do you see me as a leader? If yes, what leadership qualities do you see in me? And if no, why not? What makes me unique? Then you ask questions about your potential, what others see as your path forward. So if I wasn't in my current job, what would you see me doing? What other skills should I focus on developing? What areas of my brand should I focus on developing? And as Stacey mentioned, it is critical to ask him to be honest with you. Be emotionally ready to listen and take notes. This is a coachable moment for you, okay? Some of my clients have seen this list of questions to the person they're interviewing beforehand to give them time to think about them and give more details or examples in their responses. I personally have done this, Stacey. I know you have too. And the information is enlightening, quite frankly. Just great questions to ask.
Yeah, and the reality is we are human and humans get emotional when we hear things we don't expect or agree with. And when we get emotional, it is scientifically proven we are unable to think clearly. So, knowing you are only to listen and not defend or explain yourself during this conversation, you may start to fight strong emotions within yourself. And when you do this, you will have a hard time hearing the person. So, this is why it is so important to take a lot of notes. And so you can go back to them after you give yourself some emotional process time. I don't care if you have a photographic memory or not, write down the words the person is saying, not necessarily your interpretation of their words. Now, if you can, ask them if you can record it. And then you can go back to that later. So that will give you some time to yourself to reflect on the conversation and look at your notes a few times. It is time to move to the third and final stage after you do that. And the first step is identifying the differences between what you believed your personal brand is. And then you take the second step of what others told you your personal brand is. And now you write down the differences that you have identified. So, what things do you want to change that you heard from others is what you want to try to capture.
And then you get to the fun part. That is writing down what are those 2 or 3 strategies you want to work on for your personal brand. An example strategy would be something like, I want to incorporate being a thought leader as part of my brand. I will do this by speaking up more in my meetings with my innovative ideas. I will ask my trusted peer, Sally, to help me be more accountable to this goal. So there's so much you can do there. And this states what you want as part of your brand. How you're going to start incorporating into your brand. And don't forget the most essential part, which is how will you hold yourself accountable? And in our experience with our clients, it typically takes 6 to 12 months to change others' perception of your personal brand. So stay consistent with it. Keep checking in with others along the way to see if they've observed the changes, and don't stop until it becomes natural for you.
Right. And just to add how important this is, Elderman is a global firm that partners with businesses specifically focused on their brands. And they have been performing a trust barometer for years now. And in their trust barometer report, they stated that trust is a deciding factor in decisions. Personal branding that establishes an individual as trustworthy, ethical, and knowledgeable can influence behavior, impacting personal and organizational success. Although it's challenging to quantify success directly attributed to personal branding alone, a well-maintained personal brand is clearly linked to improved job prospects, business opportunities, and professional credibility. Personal branding affects not only how you are perceived, but also your ability to influence, lead, and achieve your goals. We are defined by moments and how we lead through them. So understand and create the brand you want to be, and then go live that brand every day in every moment.
Yeah, and I love what you said there, Stacey. We're defined by moments and how we lead through them. I just love that. That is the truth. And that wraps up this topic for today. We wanted to remind our listeners that we have a book coming out very soon called The Leadership Navigator. And this book will include an entire section with activities to help you level up your leadership skill set. And you can go to www.leadershipnavigatorbook.com and sign up to be notified when the book is available. So get that done today, because it's going to be coming out very, very soon. We hope you found our discussion valuable today, and thanks so much for listening.
And that concludes another episode of Leadership Moments. We hope you found inspiration and valuable insights in what we shared today. Remember, leadership is not defined solely by titles or positions, but by the choices we make and the moments that shape us.
Embrace the challenges that come your way. They may be the very moments that propel you toward greatness. We'd love to hear your thoughts and stories as well. Connect with us on our website at leadershipmomentspodcast.com or through social media on Instagram at tap_be the game changer.
And Stacey Castor_. Remember, your leadership moment could be just around the corner, waiting for you to seize it. This is Stacey Castor, and what doesn't challenge you won't change you.
This is Tracy Ann Palmer, and be the change you wish to see in the world.